Today's video is sponsored by Spontex. Handy, comfortable. For a close and comfortable fit. Oh yeah.
Hello and welcome to Talk Talks. You see what I did there? I used the word talk and the word talk at the same time, just to make it like catchy, because it's like the two words are different but they sound the same. But then there's also talk. Oh, it's very funny, isn't it? And welcome. I am indeed your host, and this is a tiny little tuning peg. How cool's that? That tuning fork. Oh, I've dropped it. You can stab people. Yes. Welcome. This is a bit of a change to the advertised schedule. Due to some other uncontrollable events, Head Gasket Heroes has had to be pulled like that and moved back a bit of time. So we shall endeavour to advertise when that is rearranged. But yeah, you've got me for tonight instead. I thought rather than disappoint folk by not actually having a live, I'll chuck something together and see what we've got going on. So let me run through the comments and see who we've got here. I might go through these rather quickly because a lot of them are Matt, I think. So Matt was here at it was here at 9 minutes to 8. I'm sure he was here a bit earlier than that. Well, that doesn't make sense, does it? Unless that were yesterday. Maybe Matt was there yesterday at that time. That was unexpected. Cancelled because Rob's gone to buy another ZT. There's some guesses into why it was being cancelled there. For a topic, Matt has come up with E5 or E10 experiences or just opinions. Get your thinking caps on about that one. Do you always go for E10 or E5? Have you got a preference? And have you used one over the other and noticed the difference? Because I think there's a lot of things in the car world that people do, and then they perceive there being a difference where actually if there's something changed and they didn't know about it, they wouldn't notice. So for example, petrol. If for example, someone always puts E5 in because it's better, they can tell the difference. And then suddenly they thought they were putting E5 in, but they were putting E10 in for a month. And you asked them, have you noticed a difference? They might say, no, I always use E5, but they actually been easy. So yeah, I think with car stuff, there's always that perceived change, which isn't actually guaranteed. That's why we have when we're doing science experiments, we have a control, don't we? So you can tell. Matt then says he'd like to talk about hazelnuts and nougat wrapped in milk chocolate, but that topic no longer exists. Now, what Matt's doing there is making a joke. He's making a joke about the chocolate bar called Topic. I thought it was peanuts. Maybe it was hazelnuts. And then Matt's talking to Tommy. Matt says, talk it out, an 80s alternative style, an 80s entertainment style show, but for cars and vehicles. Like it's a knockout mixed with kickstart. Hey, that'd be quite good, actually. Popping some chicken in the oven, says Matt. Not a euphemism, unless it is. How many rovers is too many rovers? And hello, Pingu. This is Pingu's topic for conversation. How many rovers is too many rovers? So for me, 3 rovers was too many rovers. So two rovers is enough rovers. Actually, 3 rovers. I can cope with 3. 4 would be too many because I wouldn't have anywhere to put them. With 3 rovers, I can just about squeeze them onto the driveway. With 2 rovers, I've got plenty of space. Well, when I say plenty, I've got one car's worth, haven't I? Because that's simple maths, isn't it? If I can fit in 3 rovers, but with 2 rovers, I've got one less rover's worth of space, one more rover's worth of space, haven't I? That's how physics works, Simon. All the rovers, I believe, is the answer. Says Matt there. And Pingu says he feels he has too many rovers, hence decreasing his fleet. So yes, Pingu, the year. This is the year of Pingu decreasing his fleet. You have read it here first. And Barry's here and he says, "Good afternoon, all. How are we all? We're all doing very well there, Barry, and I hope you're doing fine and dandy as well." It's weird doing this on a Friday. I'm tired and confused, says Pingu. Many decisions to be made this weekend. I like those kind of weekends. Oh, and Tommy's here. Let's see what insights into the modern mind Tommy has for us. There's room on the next street. No need to reduce Yao's fleet. Oh, I should be doing this in his accent, shouldn't I? There's room on the next street. No need to reduce Yao's fleet. In the neighbours don't retreat. The Aylesbury Mafia, they'll bloody meet. Well, I can't do that accent very well, but I'm trying, aren't I? What's occurring with these gasket guys, says Pingu? They keep changing their minds. Indeed they do. Indeed they do. Yeah, like we said, there's an external force happened this time that nobody could foresee. So we shall rearrange as soon as gasketly possible. Matt and Pingu talking to each other there. Pingu says, "This weekend will be the weekend of reckoning for my streetwisers." Streetwisers. Streeties. I can't remember what the collective term is that we came up with. Will they be revived or reborn or squished? We hope they don't get squished. Not in the year of the Torah. Year of the Streetwise. When Uber can't, the stick man can. But he'll probably be driving a clapped out van. I don't know what accent I'm doing now. I'm just doing an accent. Like an old Sherpa minibus with Flintstone style floor holes. Oh dear. And Matt and Pingu talking to each other again. Which came first, the chicken or the egg? Says Matt. Doesn't matter. You're a pervert for even wanting to know that sort of filth, Hugh. Not Hugh, as in Hugh Grant, U-E-W. Bad Bucks is here. Greetings, Mark. I hope you have had a nice week. Smashing Pistons. That's me, that. Subject idea. Servicing for lower usage hobby cars. I keep to oil change every year, brake fluid and coolant every 2 or 3 years, but let other filters and plugs last longer. Yeah, that's an interesting one, isn't it? Because, yeah, you don't want to leave them. You don't want to. I suppose it's down to how regularly you use them. I suppose if you're using them like once every couple of weeks and giving them a run out, then you could possibly extend that a little bit. But yeah, if you're just leaving things sat for a month or two, you still need to be on top of it. To be honest, I don't think I've ever done a brake fluid change. I probably should. The rear discs on the Civic for some reason aren't cleaning up as much as the front ones, and I don't know why that is. Maybe they need the fluid doing. Maybe they've got a bit of, I don't know, maybe it's got a bit shit. So maybe I should get Kevin to do a brake fluid change on there because it's quite messy and I ain't got the brake. I have got a brake bleeding kit, but it's a bit crap. I should get a proper one of them vacuum ones where you just connect it up to it and it just pulls air and stuff out. That might be a good idea, actually, since I've got 2 old Rovers. I do try and do the oil every year, oil and oil filter. Air filters, I don't think I definitely did it on Margaret. Yeah, a couple of times because I've had her longer than other ones. Henny, I did the oil filter, air filter, and I also did the breather filter at the back of the engine, which often gets missed, and that were proper clogged up. So yeah, I've done the breather filter on there. Yeah. Oh, and Rob from Beards and Bangs is here, and he says, "Well, hello there," like that. So hi, Rob. Hope you're doing well, and that you had a fun day doing doing whatever you've been doing. Barry says, "Hello, Muddy Funsters. Careful, Simon's got his spanking Spontexes out again. They were good gloves, them. Julie bought them when she were having driving lessons. I think it were them once. During COVID, when afterwards people were being super careful and you had to wear gloves and stuff. Should do a talk from talk. There's too many talks. Good evening, Mark. Hope all is well, says Matt. Oh, and no judge is here, and in a very controversial way, she goes, "Well, hello there," which is very strange altogether. Don't mention the wah, says Pingu. And good evening, says Mystic Hair. Good evening, Mystic Hair, and I hope you are doing very well. Stephen S. Paul says, "Hello, English people in the stream and no one else." Exactly what we want to see, Stephen. Thank you very much for that. Mark says, "Good evening, all." Are all these comments all backwards, or am I missing some? Yesterday, all my trouble seemed so far away. Then the AA man came. No, it took me back. Oh, I can't read that. Everybody else read that. I'll just sit here while you've read it. There you go. Joking, I'm not even in the AA, says Matt. I'm very chatty. I've not slept well this week. Respect to the judge, Smashing Pistons puppet master. Has anybody noticed that Bernadette's wearing some spectacles? It's very funny, isn't it? Mark joins in on the petrol discussion. I keep to E5 on my old snotters as the fuel hoses system are not compatible, which is a very good thing to do. Very good thing to do. The previous bike I had, the Bandit or Suzuki GSX 650F, which is basically a Bandit worth fairing on. I'm pretty sure that I had to use E5 in that because I don't think that were compatible, or was it that I couldn't find it on the website, so I couldn't tell. And Dave's here, the crap car hunter, and he says, "How do, folks? I hope everyone made it through the week with as little stress as possible." Yes, and I hope you did as well, Dave. Yes, I have not done the monogram sticker yet because I think I've lost my oil slick vinyl, so I might have to buy some more and then have a go. But I thought I could do some for the Chiltern Rally, but I thought I might do some other ones as well that aren't in oil slick, and it says nonogram. Can you imagine that? Nonogram. Just for normal coloured cars, not them posh monogram ones. Nonogram and monogram. How cool would that be? Probably not very cool, but I'm doing it. Hope doesn't seem to like E10, says Matt. The injectors knock, but E5 seems to be fine. Just use E5 then, Matt. I keep E5 on both my old snot. Hang on, I've just read that. Why is that popped up twice? Now it started. A massive hello to everyone. Hello. Simone is here from the fantastic channel Hooked on Classics, which as by now, I assume that everybody in the stream is already a subscriber to Hooked on Classics. But if you're not, I need to know why you're not, and then you need to go and subscribe. Also, evening, Simone. And Simone is generally, Simone, during my stream, there's Alex, who as soon as she joins my stream needs a pee. But Simone generally joins my stream and then halfway into it needs to go and make dinner. So we need to know what are you having for dinner, Simone, or have you already had it? A new rover project might be in the pipeline soon, says Dave from the Crap Car Hunter. I'll find out on Wednesday. Well, new car projects seem to be in abundance, don't they, recently? I think I fixed the broken radiator pipe on the ZS, the car with no name. I think I fixed it, and I left it running for quite a while the other afternoon, Wednesday afternoon. No, actually, it weren't Wednesday, was it? No, it was yesterday afternoon, and it didn't leak. And then for some bizarre reason, I woke up like at 1 o'clock this morning, and the first thing my brain went to is, what about if that epoxy doesn't hold when it's freezing temperatures? What if excuse me, I'm just going to fiddle with your plug. Yeah, what if when it's freezing temperatures that epoxy cracks, and then it starts peeing water out again? I'll not know. And then when I looked at the temperature inside, when I looked inside at the temperature outside, that makes sense, doesn't it? When I looked at Alexa and Alexa told me how cold it were outside, it was freezing anyway. It was 0 degrees, and I had to scrape ice off the car before I went to work, which was tray fun. So I'll check tomorrow whether that pipe's still attached, whether the glue's just gone too cold, crack. Oh, Bernadette has had her eyes tested in new specs. Yes, exactly. Doesn't she look like one of those secretaries you see on films like The Secretary? And Ivor Howard is here, and he says, "Hello." Well, hello, Ivor Howard, and I hope you're doing fine and dandy. And why is this mic not picking much up? Come on, Mike, behave yourself now. Yes, I hope you're doing well, and I hope you've had an interesting few days that brings you to Friday. Yes, and welcome to Talk Talks. Pingu says, has Henny moved onto pastures new yet? She'll be gone within the week. In fact, Julie's even written on the calendar Henny leaves home on one of the days. So yes, I need to film some extra content before she moves on to her new owner, which we're not disclosing. We don't toke. Well, I don't toke. We don't talk about that on this channel. In the last 2 days, exclaims Simone. In the last 2 days, I'll exclaim it for you. I have spent £150 on parts for TC, and I haven't got any of them yet. Tailgate rubber, rear number plate lights, an exhaust system, and a tow bar. They sound like a good trade. A rubber tailgate. Can you imagine if you had a rubber tailgate and it were bointing about all over the place? Rear number plate lights, an exhaust system, a whole system included in that. That's quite good. And a tow bar. Tow bars, eh? I'm going to buy you a tow bar. Yeah. Rob says, E5 all the way for me. Don't trust watered down petrol. Ooh. I mean, you shouldn't drink any of it, really, Rob. You're probably best sticking to like wines and whiskies and stuff like that. Don't go drinking petrol. It's not good for your insides. As for servicing, annual oil and filters at the very least. I mean, with the amount of cars Rob's got at the moment, he probably owns part share in Mobil anyway. And I heard that he's got some secret lab somewhere working on a reusable oil filter, where you just take it off the car, give it a shake, all crap comes out, and you put it back on. There you go. The man from Aylesbury Mafia, he say E5. Aylesbury Mafia. Seems to be a thing. Don't know how that's come about. Stephen S. Paul, I always change my oil in all my vehicles, sometimes as much as twice a year, depending on the vehicle, and I keep and reuse the old stuff. Comes in handy when you get thirsty. Oh, you want to make engine jam? Is a nanogram an elderly Italian granny stripper? Probably. But I don't want to find out. Rob. And hello, anyone who has said hello in this chat. See, that's exactly what that is how we're wanting this to go out. You can only saying hello to only the people that have said hello is a good start. Well done with that. Mark says, it's the 35th anniversary of the MX-5 this year, and I have treated myself to tickets for the anniversary dinner and talk from Tom Materno, Bob Hall, the designers and originators of the MX-5 NA. There was some at British Car Journey, weren't there? But I think is it gone? Have I rubbed it? Oh, I think it was on the 12th, or it is on the 12th. But Eyes in France in it. Eyes in France in it. For a week when it's on. So yeah, I've had to take that off I'm not just staring at nothing. There's a wall planner there. So my next thing now. Oh, there's Cadwell Park on Sunday. I don't know whether I can be bothered with that now. I'm cracked. Yeah, can't do that anyway. I should remove that from the thing. Do you want to see me do that? Well, you can't. Touring cars and MGs. I'm never going to get to see touring cars, am I? There you go. Remove that from the calendar now. I did really well at adding loads of stuff onto that calendar, and I'm slowly taking them off one by one. So yeah, Chiltern Rally on the 19th is the next thing on my calendar now. And then because me and old Matt, we've got club membership now for Great British Car Journey. No doubt I'll pop down there a few times, probably on bike, give that a run out. Because on the bike, because it's just had new tyres, and I don't know if there's other motorcyclists that know this, but when you've had new tyres on your bike, you've got sort of like a 50 to 100 mile sort of braking in period where they're basically just getting rid of the release agent that they put on the tyres. You know, like when you see F1 cars set off and they've got shiny tyres, well, that's the release agent. Obviously, it doesn't take them that long to get it scrubbed off the tyres. But yeah, on motorbikes, 50 to 100 miles, got to take it a bit easy. So I want to try and get that 50 to 100 miles out of the way. Yes, so there's a breakfast club on the 9th of June that I've penned myself in for, but I'll probably be in other stuff then. What's that? Oh, there's a Drake House. There's a show at Drake House on the 30th of June. And then there's a Wortley Hall show, which is like kind of my local one, on the 14th. Well, actually, is it my local one? There's that one, and there's one at Lock Park, which is on the 11th, I think, of August. So there's a few coming up, but not as many as I expected. So I might have to fill it in with some other stuff when I can afford it. So I need to save me money to get this blooming ZS up to spec. But yes, that sounds like very good. That does mark 35 years of the MX-5. Crikey O'Reilly, you didn't think they were going that long. Simone fills us in with the food thing. I'm currently having chicken soup with 3 slices of wholemeal bread. That sounds very good. What have you put butter on your bread? And if you have, what butter? Is your Tommy D ZS still peeing? No, I believe I fixed it. But I don't want to go. I've not got breakdown cover on it yet. I need to either switch it over or because I'm a green flag and you can't get a policy that covers cars over 20 years old or 15 or something stupid like that. So I need to swap over to AA, and then I'll be covered. The Man with No Name was played by Clint Eastwood. Maybe a link to Clint for the name. I'm not feeling that one. Zesty Zeus, the ZS. That epoxy sounds rather poxy. Well done. Tony will get a semi on when he sees bespectacled Bernadette. If Yo's doing fine and dandy, then Yo's probably in a dodgy backstreet. Yes, I like the idea of all the stickers, dude. Let's secretly put nonogram stickers on every MG Rover without the owners noticing. Easily done. In fact, what we should do, we should pay somebody to, in fact, this would be easier actually, is buy some magnets. Buy them on magnets and just stick them on. There you go. Not a complete exhaust, you absolute bunch of morons, says Simone. But 3/4 of one, barring the downpipe. Or that's either 3/4 of one or like a 3/4 scale one, which would be quite weird, wouldn't it? Can you imagine that? You've got a full size exhaust, shrink it down to 3/4 size scale, like they do with, I don't know, racing drivers' helmets and stuff to have them on display. You might have another 3/4 size scale exhaust on your wall for display. You haven't sold Henny to Joseph Lloyd, have you? Can you imagine that? If we had, we wouldn't be able to talk about it. And Tommy says, Aylesbury Mafia don't own cars. Rob by name, rob by nature. There you go. I was bad last year. Oh, I was so bad. Oh, do you know how bad I was last year? So bad. I forgot to service Connie. I need to do it soon. You do indeed. Will a judge be talking French? Yeah. And I'll be listening. And then saying what? Like that. Your wall planner is bigger than mine. To be honest, it is too big, Pingu. Considering the small amount of space you've actually got to write things in. And for some reason, I picked the one that had got vertical spaces on it rather than horizontal. I have no idea why I did that, because it's just literally not very useful. Well, smoke me a kipper. Hello, chums, says Ross. Greetings, Ross. And I hope you're doing well. And my voice is going already, so I'm going to open my completely, not a can of lager, but not sponsored by Monster Energy Me Drinkies at all. Oh, delightful. I went tonight to the GBCJ, Great British Car Journey. He did, and he saw another Streetwise. But rather disappointingly, the driver of the other Streetwise parked front end in. I don't understand why people do that. Their car park's really wide. It's not hard to reverse into a parking space. And Dave Smith is here, and he says, MX-5, is that like a ZX81? Hello, lovely Simone, says our judge. Yes, I'll be talking French and English and making a what? A Scooby-Doo knot in my neurons while doing that. Yes, she does get a bit confused sometimes. Like she'll start talking to me in French. I've got Shedfest next Saturday. Missed it last year. I got share tickets and will be in the MG. Shedfest. See, I didn't know what it were on. Was it? It weren't last year they did it, was it? Has it been that long? I thought it were. Yeah, it were, weren't it? Oh yeah, because I was saying, weren't I, before that it were like back end of last year, but then it's like super early this year. It were a good show. That I didn't mind that. I didn't mind that at all. Although they were a bit loutish. There were some areas that were a bit loutish. Oh dear. Simone confirms no butter. I mean, personally, I'd have gone for butter, but I can be on board with no butter. Juju says, "Hello, everyone in the chat. You're all awesome. Just so you know. Just so you know." Oh, right. I've got to the end of the comments, which is quite bizarre. After only 30 minutes, right? Who wants a quiz? I mean, I don't know why I'm asking, so I'm going to put one on anyway. Hopefully, you join in. So we've got a choice of two that are. Oh, hang on, where have my favourites gone? Dick Dastardly has sent us a quiz, but I'm not doing that one tonight. I'll do that one on Monday. Oh, that was something I was going to look for. Hang on. I was wondering if anybody had done any like catchphrase type quizzes. You know, like catchphrase the TV program. Oh, there's some. Oh, well, there are not very many questions there. Let me have a quick look at this. That one looks rubbish. Let me try another one. I don't understand any of them, so we're not using them. There were one more. Let me see if I can. Oh, that's catchphrases of characters, not actual catchphrases. See what other ones there are. If not, we've got another for. Oh god, there's another one of them. 15 on this one. Oh god, no. If I click into it and I can't tell what's going on, then we're not using it. Oh, let's try this one. This one looks mental. Someone's actually gone in paint and drawn them and everything. Right, let's have a go on this. I'm going to remember not to turn the volume up on it. What's happened to the head gasket, says Dino Dan. There's been a bit of a personal hiccup for one of us, and yes, we're going to have to delay it until things settle down a little bit. Unfortunately. Oh dear. Unfortunately. Right, let's get this quiz going. Come on, quiz, load up. Here we go. Present. There we go. Should be all right at that. So hopefully this one turns out to be not terrible. Steve's here. Hey, Steve, how's that doing? We've been watching me and our lass. That's our judge. We've been watching Better Call Saul, you know, and it's been a bit of a treacherous watch, to be honest, because obviously we know his wife Kim, she's not in Breaking Bad, so obviously something happens to them before the end of this series, and we've been desperately wanting it not to be anything horrific, and it hasn't been, but it's not been anything nice either. So there's been a bit of a terrible few episodes of that program, which is a pretty well written program if you've not watched it, as is El Camino. El Camino is a really good film. Oh, is Jenny fighting fit, says Pingu. Well, Jenny has her new head gasket in. But literally, when he was running her up to temperature, one of the hoses split. So I fixed it. I bought an L-angled piece of silicone pipe and a joiner piece. Made it fit. And I ran her up to temperature the other day. She seems to be all right. She's not losing water anywhere. So yeah, fingers crossed she's sorted. Excuse me, but I need to wait until after the weekend to swap the insurance over, and then I'll be able to take her for a bit of a drive. And then the springs, they should be getting swapped over while I'm in La France. And then when I get back from France, should be good to go. So at least after Sunday, I can take her for a bit of a drive round a couple of days just to make sure there's nothing else that's going to go wrong on her before I have to drive all the way down to Chiltern, which would be lovely. So we've got 7 people in. How many people's watching? 17. I'll leave it until this gets to 38 minutes, this live bit here. So that's about another minute to log on, if you want to log on. That is true, Dino Ross. That's true, Ross. Yes, life does get in the way. It's a shame, but honestly, some things can't be helped on there. You have been fined 1 credit for a violation of the verbal morality statute. Oh, that's from... is it Demolition Man? I always get Demolition Man and Time Cop mixed up. Why are we talking about Demolition Man anyway? Were it movies or something? Murder, death, kill. Was that Demolition Man or was that Time Cop? Murder, death, kill. Murder, death, kill. Doop 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 doop. Time Cop is a cheese fest, Barry. You're right. I need to watch it again, actually. Oh, I've been jabbering on more time than I thought. Right, we've got 9 people on there, so I'm going to start it. So I'll just go through the names first. So we've got Rhubarb, Dino Bag, Don Ernesto. I like that one. Mystic Meg, Emu. I assume that one's a sweary word if it's just loads of dots, maybe. Rovinator, very good. And then we've got the old Dave and Khan. Dave Khan. Like that. Right, I'm clicking start. I wonder if I'll even be able to tell what half of these are. So the catchphrases, remember. Figure out the catchphrase. Oh, just around the corner. Just around the corner. I mean, them two are a bit too similar, aren't they? There we go. So Khan got that right fastest. Then Mystic Meg, then Rhubarb, then Dino Bag, and then Dave. Oh, sorry, Dave. No, Dave. Khan. Dave. Khan. I have to try and get that right in my head. caffeinated, decaffeinated. Figure out the catchphrase. I can't even bloody see that. Oh, I know what it is. Somebody's had a jolly old time on paint, haven't they? It's obviously pound cake, because look, it's weighing a pound. Pound cake. Oh, bit of a change there. Moving on to question number 3. Out of what I've just realised is 26 questions. What? Bulbing bulb. Dark bulb. Don't know what a dark bulb is. Light bulb. Why is that light bulb? That's not a catchphrase. It's dark. I don't understand that one. That one's rubbish. But the Rovinator liked it. Question 4. Come on now. Come on. Proper catchphrases. Oh, I know that one. Yeah, that's what we like. That's a proper catchphrase, or whatever they call them, Remus puzzles, whatever they call them. Question 5. Figure out the catchphrase. Oh, come on, that's going to be easy. That's going to be so easy. Yeah, exactly. Massage in a bottle. Question 6. Moving on. Figure out the catchphrase. With an elephant. Pedal to the metal. Red bars. Red line. Rip 'em. I feel sorry for whoever had to draw all these. Red line. It's not really a catchphrase, is it? But Rovinator's doing well. Why does my phone keep buzzing? Question 7. Nightmare, because it's at night. Look, there's the moon there, and spaghetti flying around the sky, which is the first thing that gives it away that it's nighttime, isn't it? When you see spaghetti flying about in the sky. Oh, so first place we've got Khan, then we've got I am the Rovinator, and then we've got Dave, and then we've got Dino Bag, and then Mystic Meg. Moving on to question number 8. Figure out the catchphrase. Bush what? Oh. Is that supposed to be a bush? It's like beating a pickle up. Beating a pickle. Why was that not one of the answers? That's quite evidently a famous catchphrase, beating a pickle up. Question 9. Do what? Lucky push. Oh dear. Lucky push. I'd have thought pushing your luck. I've heard that phrase more than press your luck, push your luck. So I agree with half of you there. I don't know why that's making me giggle. Is it 3 thumbs up, arrows above thumbs, up thumbs, or thumbs up? Thumbs up. I mean, I don't know how you do 3 thumbs up. You've only got 2 thumbs. You need a third arm to do 3 thumbs up. Unless you've got 2 thumbs on one hand, that'd be weird. Question, whatever it was. 11. Ooh. Here we go. Middle East, very self-explanatory. I'm beginning to wish I'd looked at these questions a little more stringently before I picked this one. It's what would you call a tad shit. Moving on to question 12. Oh, now you're just being silly. Now you're just being silly. That's not a catchphrase. Isn't that a brand? Isn't that a French brand of sports clothing? Don Ernesto of the Aylesbury Mafia. How did you think? This is on random. I'll just put whatever you want to put there. I assume this should have been the last question. Not very good. Decent, very good, and I don't know. Moving on to question 14. So we're over halfway through. When we move on, Simon. The fuck are these questions? And what the hell is that picture? That's not a catchphrase. Look, I might be wrong, but I thought the whole point of catchphrases was you don't just draw the thing that you're trying to get people to guess. Like if you're trying to do crossroads, then you'd have a road at this side and a road at this road at this side and a road at this side, shouting at each other, looking angry, and it'd be, oh look, that's crossroads because the cross, not just a picture of a crossroad. surely, people, you've misunderstood the whole concept of catchphrase and created what can only be described as a paint-driven nightmare. A paint-driven nightmare. Calm down, Simon. It might get better. What? X-ray? See, that would make more sense if the pictures were the opposite way around, because that says Ray X. So it should be blue, because they've done it the wrong way. Oh, God, people. You're doing my head in, person, whoever made this. Whoever made this, let's never play it again. Question 16. Home run, head for home, running home, run for home. It could be any of them, because none of them have particularly been catchphrases up until now, have they? Home run. Well, that must be like the baseball thing. Let's try and get this over with as soon as possible. Jeebus, what's this now? Blood sea, sea of blood, sea drops, bloody sea. What? What is this? What have we entered into here? Sea of blood? What the blooming heck is that? we've just entered into some psychopath's mind, and someone who's used to going out and causing mayhem in society, chopping up folks this place and that place, getting stuff all messed up and things. But they've gone, right, I'm going to turn over a new leaf. I'm going to stop being a serial killer, and I'm going to stop being a serial Kahoot maker instead. And this is the first attempt at making a Kahoot. And quite frankly, I think they might be better suited to serial killing. Oh dear, what's going to come out next? Hammer the dust, dust hammer, dust buster, break the dust. I mean, I've only heard of one of them, but that's not a catchphrase either. Dust buster. It was a brand name. It's not a catchphrase. Moving on to question 19. I apologise. Oh, I know what that one is. That makes sense. That one makes sense. Mind over matter. It makes sense. It's a phrase and is drawn what could be that. So I agree with that one. But up to now, the others have been very weak, young man. Very weak. Oh my Jesus. Oh my God, that's even worse. Ugh. Look, you can't have flip a coin, but have one of the other options as coin flip. Jegus. Moving on to question 21. Thank God we're near the end. What? I assume it's pick football, but I don't know what any of the is. I've never heard of it. Pick six. What's pick six? Oh, I didn't. Yeah, so there's six. But I don't know what pick six is. I don't know what pick six is. Does anybody else know what pick six is? Oh, maybe this is an American puzzle thing. Yep, this one makes sense. Second helping. Helping a number 2, that'd be weird, wouldn't it? Moving on to question 24, innit? Figure out the catchphrase, win a goldfish. Okay, yeah, I get that one. There we go. It's an interesting array of things they've chosen. Like, why do stones cost less than grass? I don't think that's right in the real world, unless that's a specific type of grass. In which case, why are you selling dirt and stones? That doesn't make any sense then. Moving on to question 24. Who thought we'd ever get to this point? Oh, at least they've had a go. At least they've had a go there. Ring of Fire, because obviously that's that's fire, isn't it? It's not jam. Penultimate question coming up. 2 is greater than 1. I can see how they got that one there. So, as it's the penultimate question, we do a rundown to see who's where. So we've got Khan is first, Dino Babag is second, Don Ernesto is third, Mystic Meg is fourth, Lots of Dots is fifth, Dave is not on the leaderboard anymore. I thought he was doing quite well. So, final question. One can only imagine the type of shit there will be on this one. Leap Day. I wish it was Jump Day or Jumpy Day. Can you imagine how cool it'd be to have a Jumpy Day? February the 29th, everybody get jumpy. So in third place, we have Don Ernesto. Well done, Don Ernesto. Second place, we have Dino Babag. So that means in first place, it's going to be Khan. Well done. Well done there, Barry. Well done, everybody, for sticking through that. Truly terrible quiz. Awful thing. Right, where did we get up to on these commentios? Judge, who's quite well known for having problems with the brain department. I'm joking. I am. If you take your ZS number plate and change the order of the letters and numbers, you get flat bus or fat slub. Is that ideas for names, or are you just trying to make fun of my car? How much do you weigh, that guy from City Alpha 5? What? Straight in with that question. Where did you get up to? Demolition Man, and also a game on the Amiga. Demolition Man is a great film. Oh, yeah, that's true. That is Lacoste. So what's lacrosse then? Oh, is that the game? This quiz was prepared by Form 1C of Mingington Primary School. Our cheesy film's great. Well done, Matt. Well done. I worry about my mental state, says Matt. I just thought I could murder a Weetabix. Am I becoming a serial killer? Another well done, Matt. I've just realised not only have I got the floating Back to the Future DeLorean, I've got the non-flirty one as well. That'll be from first one, won't it? Because it ain't got the Dr. Reactor or whatever it's called on back. Moving on. Guns don't kill people, quizzes do. Quite literally. Oh, this has got to be a joke. If any time Matt's messages start my mate at front, they're always jokes. Right. My mate says job. My mate says job. Got a job on a roadside cafe, but he keeps telling people he's a proper tea developer. Well done. Well done. Lacoste too much, says Matt. He's on fire tonight, isn't he? Someone's been putting caffeine in his milkshakes. That was crap. 2 is bigger than 1 is stupid. This quiz started well, and then it went tits up, says Juju. That went well, says Mystic Hair. Code Black quiz, says Mark. It makes me want to make a better catchphrase quiz, which actually, if it does do that, Judge, then this should be a thing you're doing. You and Dick Dastardly should be putting together quizzes for me. For me, that's what you should be doing. I did fairly well considering the questions had to go around Jupiter to get me. A 2-year-old could have drawn better than that quiz. Well, the questions were different. That is very true. They were different. Well, it's a good choice of words. I'd have said awful and terrible and quite frankly horrendous, but different is good enough.
Hey, Rover people, why don't you phone a friend, have some fun, get out of your garage and stop repairing your head gasket. Call sexy young other people that you don't know right now on 0891 27 27. That's 0891 27 27 27. They don't have engine jam.
That's right. They don't have engine jam, guaranteed. Do you like Tizer, says Barry? I ain't had Tizer for ages. I bet Tizer's another one of them soft drinks that they've reduced the sugar in. Like, and I know I've said this before, Pepsi. The normal Pepsi now has less sugar than it used to have. So not only can you get Diet Pepsi and Pepsi Max, but just standard normal Pepsi now has less sugar than it did before. And it tastes crap. And that's really disappointed me because for my entire life I have been pro Pepsi, anti Coke. But now I've got to change allegiances and go to Coke because they're still, excuse me, allowing me, an adult, to make the decision whether I want pop full of sugar or pop without sugar. And I feel it's a moral right for me to be able to choose if I want to have cola with sugar in it. And yeah, it's very disappointing that Pepsi have done that. So there you go. Where did we get up to? Ross says that was that quiz from the US presidential interview form. Dick Dastardly is the quiz genius. I couldn't be as good, but maybe once in a while. Yes, you should do it. You should do it, Udge. You'll enjoy it. Pop will eat itself. That is very true. Well, we've got to the end of the comments there. I did have some topics, but they were for the head gaskets thing. I need to save them because I've done jingles and all sorts, which is something you'll just have to wait for. You'll just have to wait. I'll just play this one now, though. There we go. And hello, Barry Scrotter. I just wondered why everybody was saying hi, Barry, and then I noticed Barry had said hi, Barry. I thought that's a bit weird. And then yeah, Barry Scrotter says hello. Someone says, not had a topic for years. Did they stop making them? They did. And Matt is an expert on why. Monster energy drink over pop. I'm waiting for my heart attack to arrive at some point. I used that, if I were drinking that at work, oh my God, I used to have palpitations and all sorts. Oh, it wouldn't be good. But to be honest, today I'm so knackered that this might just keep me awake a little bit. So let's think of some things to talk about for half an hour. Flower. So yeah. So now, after Sunday, my car fleet will be the Civic for daily use, Jenny the 200 for general show use. I'm not sure whether I'll use a for going massive distances regularly. And then the ZS is a bit of a work in progress, But when it's proven itself reliable to me, I think that might become my weekend car. Because it's très fun to fly about in, with it being diesel. It doesn't half pick its trousers up and run. So yeah, it's quite a nice little collection there. And then I've got the bike for use when I don't want to take a car and I want something that doesn't use as much. Well, I'm going to say doesn't use as much fuel. It's not super efficient. Yeah, and if it's nice weather, the bike will be a nice change. What's everybody else's current fleet, and what are they planning? What car plans have you got for the year? What's on the car horizon? Are you considering getting rid of some cars? Are you considering buying other cars? Do you buy and sell cars, or do you generally swap? Because anytime I've put a car for sale, generally I've had at least one person say, "Oh, would you consider swapping for this?" And every time it's been something that I've thought, "Oh no, there's no point in swapping. You don't know what you're going to get." But then maybe swapping is a good way of doing it. Very strange. Alex is here. All right, Alex. Have you seen this? Look. Can you see that bit there? Can you see it? Can you see it there? Good, isn't it? Alex is here. She says, "Oh, hello. I'm eating crisps." Oh, hello there. I'm Alex and I'm eating crisps, aren't I? I'm getting my P6 back on the road. ASAP. Which means as soon as possibly. That's quite urgent. Most of the time, Dave says, I have a Monster Energy drink to drink during the night if I wake up thirsty. Blubby neck. How do you ever get back to sleep if that's what you're doing, Dave? Oh, Jeebus. Oh, bejeebus. I feel sorry for your brain functions. We used to have a house. Well, we've got a house, but one of the houses we used to rent, the garage was, the garage was attached to the house. Excuse me again. And it meant you could get into the garage through the kitchen. So that was quite handy because it was like, oh, I'm a bit bored. I could just get up and put my shoes on and go in the garage and start tinkering about with car and stuff. But where we are now, I have to go across driveway and down garden to get to the garage. And if it's raining, I can't be arsed. Plus, my garage is full of stuff. Where did we get up to? Matt says, hello, I've just eaten chips and chicken. Well, me and the old judge have decided again that today is our last day of silly food. So we had a last takeaway, which was Domino's. So that was our dinner tonight. So from tomorrow onwards, we're trying to eat as little processed food as possible and as much fresh stuff as possible. And yeah, just trying to be generally a lot more healthy because we could both do. We're losing a bit of timber. Ross says, hi, Alex. Just watched Joe Weldon on P6 episode. I must admit, I have not, Alex. Mainly because I hadn't had time, basically. Told you, we've been watching Better Call Saul, and it's kind of enveloped our free time. Barry says, my current fleet is a Dodge Omni Turbo GLHS, a Jeep Wrangler Sport, a Pontiac Trans Am, a Dodge Ram 2500. I want to get a Volvo S40. Pontiac Trans Am. They're one of them cars that I would if I had money and space, well, there's lots of things I'd have if I had money and space, but if I had money and space, I'd like a Trans Am. And then Alex says, "Hello all." Hello all. Well, I can't remember what accent I did for you earlier, Alex. No, I can't remember. It's gone. And she asks, "Where's Tony?" Again, Tony's still in the garage. He'll be coming out this weekend. Don't worry. Bernadette's sat here waiting for him. She's been to opticians, as you can see. As soon as plausible. There you go. There you go. Tony the Stealth Coconut. I wonder if there's any use in being a stealth coconut. I mean, Tony will have to be back out of the garage on Monday because we're doing Dick Dastardly's coconut quiz. So there you go. Oh yeah, Neil, I forgot about this. Dave is selling his Peugeot 205 CTI. This is Dave telling us what his car plans are. So his plans are to sell his 205 CTI and also looking to sell a Mark 1 Renault Clio 1.8 16 valve. Got loads of welding still to do on Purple Slurple. I like the Clios, the Mark 1 Clios. I do have a soft spot for those. I had the 8 valve one, not the 16 valve one. That was torquey enough for a little car. The 16 valves are what the Williams were based on, aren't they? But they just look a bit different. In fact, I went to look at when I got my 8 valve one, I went to look at another 8 valve one that had been done up to look like a 16. You need a zip line to your garage. That is a good idea, actually, Pingo. I could do that from bedroom. There was a thing on telly about Mountain Dew in the US. A baby was having it in a milk bottle. What? Are they really that obsessed with Mountain Dew? That's crazy. Not really selling, swapping my plans. Not really selling. What? Not really selling or swapping. My plans are to keep my current car on the road. She needs a few jobs done. One job involves the leaking diesel pump. That sounds like an expensive job if you don't do it, if it's leaking diesel. I tried eating Domino's, but they get stuck in my throat. Well done, Simone. I prefer fresh food, says Matt. You can always tell, as soon as it's Matt's comment, you know there's a punchline coming. I prefer fresh food, says Matt. I hate it when my McDonald's has been standing pre-prepared. And it's not really a joke, that, because he does like McDonald's. Barry Scotty says, Alex, you are doing a good job with Mr. Jenkins. See, the thing is, I had a friend called Mr. Jenkins. Yes, it makes these comments very funny. A lot of timber to lose for me. And then Udgid says, Lop Simone, and then she puts lol nit lop. I think she's speaking Swedish or something. I tried to get an Infiniti G20, which is a Nissan Primera. They are very rare and expensive here. The Volvo would be easier. I'm tempted by a 6th generation Honda Civic, same as the Rover 400, but I'd prefer the Volvo. I'd prefer the Volvo at them. I don't like the... is that on the R8 platform? I don't like them. Udge says, hello, beautiful Alex. Barry Scrutter says, hi, Udge. Hi, Udge. Alex gets embarrassed. 6 a.m, time for a cuppa. Good on you, Ross. What kind of tea do you drink? Or is it not tea? Do you mean cuppa when you... Do you say cuppa when you're having coffee? I can't get my words out now. Matt says, never understood why the Americans called the Bronco a raptor instead of a bronchosaurus. Oh God, it's too much for my little brain tonight. Cars are like dried fruit, says Matt. The price of my current car is raising. Well done. It's just seeping at the moment, says Barry. But yes, either way, it's going to cost me. There's a barber shop in Lutterworth called Jenkins. I got a photo of my car outside. Very good. But they won't let you drive the car inside. That's rude of them, isn't it? Who'd have thought it? You could probably get it through a window. The 6th generation is the HHR, that's the same as the 45 and stuff, isn't it? Talking of working on cars, I'm going to order some sheet steel for TC. Sounds like things are moving on for TC. We want to know more about the motorbike though, Simone. How close are you to getting that on the road? Oh, and Ross confirms Yorkshire tea with milk. Nice one, Ross. And Simone is glad to confirm that Yorkshire tea is the dogs. There you go. Mark says, I only need to do an oil change on my 2 old cars for this year and fit a front splitter to the MX-5. Ooh, a front splitter. I've still got the is it an Ibiza or is it an Ibiza splitter? What's the bigger than the Ibiza? Well, a Cupra. Is it a Cupra splitter? I've got a splitter that I put on Margaret, which I could possibly get to fit something else. But it looks a bit pants, no else. Oh, I'm planning to halve my fleet, says Pingu, and get a race van, motorhome for my upcoming racing career. Mercedes have been calling, but I would prefer to knock out Stroll and race with my old mate Alonso. I don't blame you, to be honest, Pingu. Yeah, because you said you were doing a track day, didn't you? Track days are something I've not done. It'd be good to take ZS on a track day. Oh, I wonder if it'd expire. The ZS is just going to end up being bonkers. I've decided it's such high mileage that it's not going to be worth much at any point, anytime soon. So there's no harm in me ruining its originality by doing silly stuff. Plus, apparently, the seats that are in it aren't the original ones anyway. So that's something that don't matter anymore. So I'm going to do crazy headlining. I'm going to repair the door cards in a fashion. The wheels need repainting, but I just don't know what color. Excuse me, what color? It's tricky with it being a dark car. But yes, I'm going to do something bonkers with it. I wonder if I can get away with doing like a really big flake paint job on wheels. And then holographic sparkles. Alex says I'm going to work on the P4 tomorrow. Good. Is that the one with a muff? Down in Cornwall, there's a cafe called TC's. So I'll be going there as soon as I possibly can. Yeah, that'd be good. My dearest Staffy, says Mark, once shredded a box of Yorkshire tea bags. I was not impressed. Still not touched Pinky, unfortunately. Sounds weird out of context, but there you go. What's the name plan with the ZS? Is it a competition? No. I think the thing with names and cars, for me at least, it has to just come in a spark of inspiration. If I work too hard at it or go on, see, what I wouldn't want to do is do a competition and then somebody come up with nobody come up with a name that really grabs me. Then I'm stuck. I'll think of something. I've kind of got an idea in my head already. But yeah, I need to see if anything else comes to mind in the next. When I start using it, something will come to mind. I might take it to work one day. Send it to Mexico. I don't know what we're on about there. Yes, I need to remove my muff. Yes, it's not the weather for having a muff, is it? You shouldn't need your muff in this kind of weather. Well done, Barry. If you remove the muff, do you put it in a box? I know what it is, Simon, but I can't say anything without causing international incident. Okay. I like the name Car. No, I hang my muff. Oh. Do you have to while it's the summer months and it's not being opened and closed regularly, do you have to treat it with any sort of lotions to keep it supple? Because you wouldn't want to come to your muff in winter and it'd be all cracked, would you? That'd be awful. Barry Scrutter says, my car is called Dennis Waterman, mind the theme tune inspired. Okay. I have never named a car. It's bad enough remembering people's names. I mean, to be honest with you, my dad and my mum struggle to remember the names of my cars, and I don't know why they bother using them. They can just say that. Well, actually, Jack's here. I'm going to say they could just say the Rover, but that wouldn't work, would it? It will after this weekend. What do you want, Trouble? Jack? What are you after? Really? Okay. Reminds me of when I named Graham Tinkerbell nuts. Oh yeah, that was the 75, weren't it? That Mustard had with all the bits of plastic chrome stuck all over it. I've only closed my muff once this winter. Well, that sounds like it's been a productive winter for you, Alex. That guy from the Barry. I keep looking at American Marketplace for 60s and 70s Peterbilt, Kenworth and Mack trucks. I moisten my muff the end of season. I assume that's the proper way of doing it. You want to keep it supple so it doesn't look old. Oops. Send it to Mexico means go nuts with the tuning. Ah, okay. You mean as in like the old, like because they do like pinstriping in different interiors and stuff. I assume that's what you mean. Just come to you to telling me because I didn't let him eat my spider plant. Have you been trying to eat Julie's plants again? Oi, mush. Oi, mush. He's ignoring me now. He's just Jack. He's so ignorant. Smashing Pistons Muff Moisturizer only available in dodgy adult shops. You could just get rid of the muff bit out there and it still sounds as bad. Smashing Pistons Moisturizer. And Jimmy Quinn is here and he says, hi, Simon. Hope you're doing well. I ad-libbed that last bit. He didn't say that. I assume he hopes I'm doing well and he's not being nasty. But hi, Jimmy Quinn. Hope you are doing well yourself. I think we've got another 7 minutes left on this stream because we'll stop doing it at AF9. Use some Podgerin lube. Podgerin lube. That sounds like something someone's made up. Fire for when you need some. Well, have I got fire on here? Oh, here we go. Fire for when you're tired of not having fire. Yes, there you go. Engine jam. Could that be a muff moisturizer? It very well could be. Because it is an amalgamation of engine oil and coolant mixed together, beaten, I would say, by the internal forces of the engine to produce a rather disgusting beigey grey creamy gunk, which sounds ideal for rubbing on a muff, to be honest. Do your cats like playing with your bobble hat? Bobbly fluffy bit? This bit? They don't. They're not allowed anywhere near my stuff. Which means they're always sitting on my stuff. Aren't you, Jack? You're always sitting on my work chair, aren't you? And the amount of times I come into this room in the morning, like half of these little cars will be on floor and there'll just be Jack's fluff spread all over the place. Here he is. No, don't mind me. Don't mind me. I was told, Jack. That's what Jack's tail looks like. If anybody were wondering, don't knock that off there. Thank you, Jack. That's what Jack's bum looks like. Mwah. Come on, you're in my way now, fella. Come here. Ugh. There you go. What a nuisance. Shouldn't Juju be wearing the Boss Beanie hat? She wishes she had any sort of hat wearing abilities. How much was my hat? I don't know. Udjudge bought it, mate. I think it was. I can't remember whether it was Christmas or birthday. I think it was Christmas. Or was it birthday? I can't remember now. They were on. I saw them on Amazon. They're very nice hats. There's a guy on YouTube, Twin Sticks Garage, who's built a snowman rep, including the trailer. Looks great. He's currently doing a Trans Am Bandit rep now. A snowman rep? What's a snowman replica? Snowman? I don't know what that is. That does make me think, though. There's like a Fall Guy movie come out, haven't they? And now it is based on the Fall Guy TV series, but it looks nothing like it. I'm going to watch it, obviously, at some point when it's on normal telly. I'm not going to pay to go to shit in the cinema and watch that crap. But I hope it is like the series and not just like the A-Team film was. It was like it weren't really like the A-Team. What was the other one? Starsky and Hutch was similar-ish. The Dukes of Hazzard one, that were all right. That was similar-ish. Go on, Jack, wreck the place. Where's he gone? Oh, he's still sat there. Oh my God, look at all these comments flying up now. Pingu says, do you like Rob's latest German Escort? I do, to be honest, I do like BMWs. I've never had one myself, but where I used to work, my old boss had a 3 Series, and I always thought that were really nice. And I think at the time it probably cost her quite a bit. It weren't like brand new, but it weren't super old. But yeah, it just had a nice feel about the inside of it, and obviously with it being rear wheel drive and front engine, that's just a good thing to me. Haha, I'm so the boss of you. She is. She really is. I bought an Aston Martin F1 hat off Evil Bay. Ooh, nice. The lorry from Smokey and the Bandit. Oh, all right, okay. I don't remember it that much. I think I'd rather watch Tarantula's Shag than watch the Fall Guy movie. Fall Guy looks shit, says Matt. I'm really happy we finally have a Robin in our nesting box. The box has been on the side of the house 2 years. Can I charge him rent? Has Batman moved in as well? Evil Bay, from when you don't like scammers on. A-Team film was crap. Yeah, it just wasn't like A-Team, was it? It's same with all these things. What was there were another example. I can't remember what it were. It's like they do films, but it almost feels like they've done a film that's similar to like a game, or they were sure they were a film based on a game, and I were like, if they just called it something else, it wouldn't have been. It'd have had its own credibility, but because they named it after a game, it just lost all credibility. I can't remember what it were now. Yeah, mind. But yeah, it's like they have a product that's similar to something else, but then they just call it this. They just buy the rights to the name, basically. It's terrible. But yes, the 18 one was an example of that. Mr. Rob from Beards and Bangers. Well, hello there. Says, don't forget to hit like. Yes, that if you could, hitting like. Apparently, I mean, I'm not too clued up on this, on these algorithms. But apparently, hitting like is sort of like the first bit that sort of sends your videos up. Oh, they could potentially reach great heights. So by hitting like, it gets shared around. It's gone. Shared around more people, and then there's the more potential for more people to watch it and hit like, and then it gets shared around more people. So basically, what I'm trying to say is, please hit the like. It helps me. And if you're not subscribed, number one, why? Number two, how did you know this were happening if you're not subscribed? And number three, please subscribe, because the more subscribers I get, the more it gets pushed into stuff. Not that everybody should be watching me talking crap for an hour and a half. They destroy the 18 van in the first scene. The funny thing about the 18 van, I can't remember what the name for it is. You know, when people remember something and they're convinced that it was something happened in a certain way or looked a certain way, and then when they look back, it's not like that. The 18 van's one of them, because if you ask people what the 18 van was like, they'd say, oh, it's black with a red stripe, but it's not. It's grey with a red stripe and it's black on the top. I liked the guy who played Murdoch, but yeah, the film was garbage. Oh yeah, who played Murdoch in it? I can't remember. Oh, and Alex's Assets is saying, well, hello there now. Well, hello there. That's how Alex would say it. My daughter went to see The Fall Guy last night. I'll get a review later. Yeah, good one, Ross. Barry Scrotter. I like the old 3 SRS that came out on JOK Play. Try finding one of those without rust, though. I had some robins nesting inside my garage, says Pingu, who have just fledged this week. I have empty nest syndrome now. Oh, I really hope they don't do a Smokey and the Bandit remake. You know that's gonna happen, don't you, Dave? That is definitely going to happen. And it'll not be a remake. It'll literally be, The Italian Job. That was the other one. That was literally, what can we do to get this heist film hyped up a bit? Oh, sod it. We'll just use minis and call it Italian Job. Nothing else was anything like Italian Job. Terrible, terrible. I hope they do a Cannonball Run film, but make it as crazy. In fact, we should do watch along. We should do a meetup and a watch along, because we should watch. Oh man, what's it called? Bloody hell, Simon! I knew that had happened as soon as a Death Race, the original one, and then Death Race 2000, which is not the one with Jason Statham in it, a different one. They are the essence of classic cheese car films. We did have pigeon nesting in the grapevine one year. They left a right mess. Such cute Roblets who obviously keep saying, well, hello there. Maybe that's what robins do when you get really close up to them. They're like, meow, meow, meow. Is that Rampage? That's another classic example. Let's have a film that's about some big monsters, and then actually we can't just have a monkey because that's like King Kong. We better add a couple of extra monsters in there and call it Rampage, like that game from 1980s. Isn't it annoying when Jike gets predictive tax? Does Al Gore have rhythm? I think he does. The dog will be an emotional support animal if they remake Smokey and the Bandit. We had a pigeon nest last year in our cherry tree. Trey messy buggers. Who remembers the cop in Smoke? But for T Justice. You see, I knew Simone would say something. They used BMWs in the Italian Job remake. Mega Shark versus Giant Octopus. There's a whole plethora of them, isn't they? Has that trend died off now? It was like it got so bad into it that they were making like box office hit films that just in B movie type things like Snakes on a Plane and stuff. Kind of destroyed the original ones a little bit, but like Sharknado, I think was my personal favorite out of that genre. What was the first one? Was the first one Mega Shark versus Giant Octopus? It was like Mega Croc and all sorts, weren't they? Crazy. Right, well, I think that is a pretty good time to call it quits there. Sharknado was just mad it was. Lake Placid, but that weren't really a B movie one, were it though, Matt? That were quite a good one, Lake Placid. That old woman that kept feeding that giant alligator or crocodile cows. Right, well, let's call that a night there. So thank you very much, everybody, for joining this impromptu Friday. Thank you, Alex, for joining. Thank you, Matt, for joining. Thank you, Simone. Thank you, Mark. Thank you, Barry. Thank you, Ross. Thank you, Pingu. Thank you, another Barry. Thank you, Stephen. Thank you, Udjudge. Thank you, Dave. Thank you, Stephen. Have we said Stephen already? Thank you, the other Stephen. Thank you, the Alex again. Thank you, Rob. Thank you, Mark. I'm going to miss someone out now. I shouldn't have started this. I think that's covered everybody over there. My eyes are going funny from scrolling up and down, so I can't do it anymore. So yes, thank you for joining. I hope you have a pleasant weekend, and yes, I shall see you. Oh, hang on, I just saw somebody else. I was here too, says Tommy. So yeah, thank you, Tommy. And yes, have a good weekend, and I shall catch you all on Monday for the Smashing Pistons normal Monday quiz night, and we will have a Tony the Coconut, or Tony's quiz, I think it was called. And Tony himself will be here to look over the quiz and make sure nothing naughty is going on. Where's that comment gone? There we go. Wink. Yep. So thank you for watching. Take care, and we'll play you out in the way that I always play you out when I find the clip with Tommy D. Good night.
Alright, Norman, alright, Ernest, this one's for yours too, alright? Here goes. I'm Tommy Dapper, I'm the rummy rapper, coming to you live from the Longbridge Crapper. Hear my rap, hear my rhyme, I'm telling you to take your time, to look around and you will see the greater good of everybody. It's Christmas time, now let's celebrate. Don't be a Norman, now don't be late. To the party of rhyme and fun. Now join with Honest and show us your buns. Yo! Alright, alright.